Hello and welcome to the Digital Insurance Broker Program. Here we discuss the digital marketing strategies that are going to take you towards the policy's everyday goal. And what that means is you're going to have in your business a set of tools that are going to generate enough leads that are going to allow you to write at least one new policy per day. My name is Ed. I am a digital marketing strategist and I am specialized in the lead generation for insurance products. In this episode, we're going to discuss how can you differentiate yourself in your market and also attract new clients that are already familiar with you. So if you have ever encountered a situation where you received a lead and then you found out that that person is already talking to multiple other brokers and they're just price shopping and they're not even close to writing that policy with you, hit the like button here in this video because I have something for you. So stay with me because I'm going to teach you how you're going to be the #1 broker in your market. How can you be the expert in your area? So let's get started, and I want to take you to the basics here. And if you take a look at the two different types of audiences of people that you can show ads to and be present in the internet to, they're basically divided into simple categories. The first one is a cold audience, and that means people that have never talked to you before. They don't know who you are. You have never crossed their paths before. And the other type is the warm audience, and that is someone that has already interacted with you. They're either a client, or they have already seen a video, or they read an article that you wrote. So in some shape or form, they are already familiar with you. So you can ask either one to be a lead. If you go to the cold audience with the right ad, with the right offer, then that person that has never talked to you before could become a lead. Or you could also go to your warm audience, people that are familiar with you, and present a form or present an offer, and that person could become a lead as well. Now, there are challenges and advantages to each one, right? So let's take a look first at the advantages of working with a cold audience and generating leads in an audience that has never talked to you before. So the first advantage versus using a warm audience is that it is easier and faster to implement marketing strategies that have direct offers. You could basically do a Google ad campaign or a direct offer on Facebook and Instagram, or even YouTube ads that are well done. They have a message, they have the right copy, a good image, and it's going to generate that lead. So that's the first advantage. The other advantage is that the effort to maintain that strategy is very small. You basically create the campaign, optimize, keep an eye on it, and it's going to keep going. Now, there are disadvantages and challenges in doing direct marketing. And the first one is because the barrier of entry is so small and so easy for people to do it, it's going to be a red ocean. There are going to be literally hundreds, perhaps thousands of other insurance brokers doing the same thing. and you're going to be competing in that environment. So it's extremely hard for you to stand out and differentiate yourself in that environment. Everybody's going to be doing the same thing. So essentially, you're going to be relying on having the best copy, on writing the best ad, and there's nothing much you can do beyond that. The other disadvantage, actually this is a big challenge, is the return on investment. Because not only you have to generate a lead from a cold audience, but that person that has never seen or talked to you before needs to become an opportunity, and then needs to become a signed policy. So that journey it's going to require a lot of energy on your part to neutralize objections, to prove your authority, to build rapport, and you might lose quite a bit of the leads that you generated from the cold audience, because all it takes is that if that lead is in contact with multiple other brokers, that client could find a broker that is a friend of a friend, or knows a family member, and now all of a sudden that other broker already has an advantage over you. So the bottom line is, and that's the biggest disadvantage on doing direct offers to cold audiences, is that your return on investment, because you're going to have so many leaks from the leads that are leaving and you're losing opportunities, your return on investment is going to be lower than the alternative. The alternative is generating leads from warm audiences. And the way you do that is basically the same way. You present offers to an audience, but the difference is that that audience already knows you. And there are advantages and disadvantages to that as well. The biggest advantage is that if you present an offer to someone that already knows you, you trigger the reciprocity, the familiarity. They already know you, so it's easier for them to start doing business with you. So the effort it takes for you to convert that person to a lead and then to a policy is much lower than doing with a cold audience. The second advantage is that you stand out from your competition. The moment you start building a warm audience is the moment you become an authority to that audience. They will listen to you. They will see your content. They will start knowing where you are and where to find you. So that translates to a much easier sales process, a much easier conversion process. But there are disadvantages. The first one is you need to commit to content creation. The way you attract attention is through content, and it can't be the type of content that you create just once and you never create it again. You have to commit to a process of creating content so that the audience knows that you're engaged, that you are someone that is truly an authority in the field. So it is a process. Now, the second disadvantage is the time. It is a lot faster to just go on Google and create an ad, and you could be getting leads the same day. But those leads are going to be cold. If you want to receive warm leads and go take all of the advantage of this alternative, you need some time to create an audience, to warm that audience up, to engage with that audience, and then you can do your offers. So it's similar to nurturing a garden. And let's say you want to you want to catch butterflies. And you have to attract them to your garden. And in order to do that, you need to work on the soil. You have to plant the right types of plants, and you have to water the seeds, and you have to put the right nutrients. And then all of a sudden you're going to have flowers, and the flowers are going to attract the butterflies, and then you can catch the butterflies. So that this other scenario is very much similar to what I just described. Now, how exactly can you attract the butterflies? How can you catch those leads that are warm? You do that with something called content marketing. And content marketing means you're going to be putting content and writing content that is free, that are going to allow people to discover you and know who you are even before doing any type of communication with you. So the content is going to be available, and it's going to be distributed, and it's going to be read or seen by your audience that you're going to start to warm up. And once you have that audience, you do offers to them. So it is you're essentially from the alternative, and the name of the other alternative is direct offer marketing and to cold audiences. So what you're doing is adding in between the point of the offer being made, you're adding a step that is creating your audience with content. So if you ask me what is worth doing, your direct offers to cold audiences or content marketing, my answer is going to be do both. Okay. Now that's counterintuitive, because you know that in my program here, I always say focus on one thing, be an expert, and then move to the next strategy. And that's actually the case here. My recommendation would be for you to start doing direct offers. Start just creating offers that work, and you're going to find here programs that are going to teach you how to do those offers. Do them on Facebook, Instagram, do them on Google, and they're going to give you your quick wins. But like I said, the return on investment is going to be there, but it's going to be lower than content marketing. So as soon as you're getting your first leads and you're becoming a digital insurance broker, move on and focus on content marketing. And that is where your authority is going to be. That's where you're going to be the leader, and then it's going to be hard for someone to take that position from you. So why exactly are you going to be an authority and differentiate yourself with content marketing? What happens is that the moment that you start extracting your knowledge and putting it into articles or videos or podcasts with audio, the moment that you start to show the world what you know, that's the moment where you become an authority. People like to buy from authorities. Think about your professors. Many people seek professors in higher education to do some like engineering work or to do consultancy, and that's because of the knowledge, and they show that they have their knowledge by being a professor. And you can do the same. You can be an authority. Anyone can be an authority on the internet by creating content. So as soon as you start to show the world your ideas, they're going to see you as a leader, as someone that they want to follow. And if you're thinking, Well, but I'm not an expert in anything. How can I start to create content if I'm not an expert? Then you just have to take one step back and you have to become an expert. And the way you do that is by studying. So pick a area that you want to become an expert. I'm going to tell you a lot about picking niches and your ideal client profile, but ideally what you want to do is pick the area that makes your heart sing. Perhaps perhaps you like to work on machinery and heavy machinery. Then you can become an expert in insurance for heavy machinery. Maybe you like motorcycles, then you can become an expert in that field and start creating content for insurance on that field. It's extremely easy. If you don't have an area right now that you can that you are an expert and you can use that to create content that are related to selling insurance to that area, then just go a step back and become an expert. Just read, study, and you will become an expert. Now, I mentioned here in this program that we were also going to, the content marketing was also going to help you attract people that already know you, that gave their attention to you. And how's that? And that is because once you start creating content, you're going to be distributing that content. That content is going to be seen and consumed by your audience. And when you make an offer, they will come to you already familiar with what you do. They know your Instagram profile, they know your email address, whatever your engagement zone is, they know where to find you. So you're not a stranger. And that is the key. They are going to be doing business with someone that is not a stranger. That is the highlight here. And that makes a whole lot of difference. Now, when is the exact moment for you to be doing content marketing? There's no easy answer for that, but just know that it has to be as soon as possible. The reason is, right now, it is a blue ocean. When you have a market where any insurance broker can do an ad, it becomes a red ocean full of blood, and it's like you're competing with hundreds of other brokers in your area doing the same thing, just putting a Google ad out there, and that works, but that is going to require a lot of effort on your part, on properly qualifying the lead, on building a relationship and then converting that to a sale. And so as soon as possible, you should switch to content marketing, but don't leave the other one, because the direct offer is going to feed the content marketing, and otherwise the content marketing, as soon as someone becomes a lead through a cold audience on a direct marketing, you can start feeding content to that person, so they start to warm up real quick. So start content marketing as soon as possible, but bear in mind that the quick wins are going to come from Google Ads, from Facebook Ads, from Google My Business. There are multiple strategies that are going to allow you to pick the ripe apples, the ones that are ready to be picked. So keep that in mind, but the ultimate goal is for you to start building an audience. And how exactly can you do that? Let's break this down into parts. So the first one is, you cannot create content that fits all types of audience. If you start to create a content that is too broad, it's going to be dissipated. It's going to fade in the online world where there are hundreds, thousands of information out there. So the more focused and small your niche is, the better results you're going to have. Now, how can you pick a niche? There are multiple ways to do that, and it could start with your passion. Perhaps you had a work experience prior to being an insurance broker that is your passion. Perhaps your network of relationships is going to give you the answer. Perhaps the areas of opportunities that you see in your region are going to be your niche. But you have to have a niche, and you have to segment the niche through multiple ways. So you can do that by profession. So let's say you want to become the insurance broker that is the thought leader for insurance for dentists, and that's a great niche to be in. It's a huge niche. It is focused. I have never seen a broker in that niche, and I'm going to talk about competition in a second, but it's not an issue if there were already multiple brokers doing specialization in the same niche. So you could niche your area to a type of profession. Maybe it is for lawyers. You specialize in insurance for lawyers. Now you could even create sub niches. Perhaps you could be the insurance broker specialized in D&O for CMOs, for marketing agencies. So you see, you can split your audience and segment in a very granular way. So that's the first thing you need to do. You need to think about what makes your heart sing, because you're going to have to put a lot of effort into research and writing and keeping up with the industry and reading the news and going to seeing videos. You're going to be really the expert in that field. Now, so pick a niche, and then once you have your niche selected or your sub niche selected, you're going to have to create your ideal client profile. And not only you have to think about the demographics, what age your ideal client has, where are they married, where do they work, income level, where do they live, is in the city, suburbs, let's say what video, what YouTube channels do they subscribe. So you're going to have to think about not only the demographics, but also what their pain points, what makes their day perfect, what do they wish to change, and that is going to create what is called the avatar. So an avatar is a description of your client. And I recommend that you print your avatar and you stick to your wall there, because when you start writing content, you have to write to that person. That is going to allow your content to connect with your audience. So pick a niche. And what happens if you picked a niche that you researched and you already saw someone in that niche, another broker in that niche? Well, you could pick another one. That's obviously one choice, but I don't want you to be afraid of having competition. You could just create better content, and at least now you have a baseline that you can go in and do content that is better. You can go and watch their videos and then create one that is even better. So that is going to challenge you to become the leader. And bear in mind that people connect with people. If there are multiple brokers in the same niche, there's going to be a certain part of that audience that is going to connect to you because of the way you talk, because of the way that you look. It's hard to explain. It's just human nature. So don't worry about having a competition in your niche. The other thing you could do is create sub niches. Again, let's say that the niche that you picked is farm machinery, and you do insurance for that. You do insurance products for that audience. Now, you could then specialize your sub niche could be for orange farmers, and you see you're inside a niche but talking to a sub niche. It's extremely easy for you to then become the expert. Now think about the world and how great it is, the world that we're living in. Because in the past, if an insurance broker wanted to be the expert for life insurance for, let's say, doctors, what that insurance broker would have to do is just crazy. He would have to go to conferences and travel the country and be present and network and shake lots of hands and go to and play golf. And it is just insane the amount of networking that the broker would have to be seen as the leader. You would have to go to talk shows and write articles in magazines, convince the editor to print the article. Right now, do you know what you need to become the leader for life insurance for doctors? You just need a phone, and you need to record a video, and you need a YouTube channel. That's it. You do that, do a good video that has good content. The video doesn't even have to be good, but the content needs to be good. And then you distribute. Okay? So that is it. That is, the world that we're in is just phenomenal. And you have to take advantage of that. So once you have your niche, sub-niche, ideal client profile, you did a little bit of research. So how can you tell what pain points do they have? How can you tell what they want to become? How an insurance product changes that person? Well, you can just think about it, be creative. You can research. You can talk to people there that are in your niche, and then just create a document, print, and then the next thing that you want to do is create your editorial line. Let me explain what that is. You have that knowledge in your brain. You know what you're going to be talking about, but how are you going to be sending that information to the online world? It is through videos. Should it be through audios, podcasts? Should it be through written articles, infographics? So there must be a way for you to convert your knowledge to something that is going to be consumed and seen by your audience. Now, so you pick one editorial line, and then set an appointment in your calendar, make it a recurring appointment so that you can commit to that strategy. I don't know how often you're going to write articles, but you have to have a recurring event. That's because if you just do randomly a content here and a content there, you're not building an audience. You're simply appearing randomly in their timelines or wherever they are, and that's not building an audience. Your audience needs to know that you're reliable, that you're always there, that you have a commitment to content. So make that commitment. Set your calendar. Don't miss one day that you have to post your content. And then once you have your content created, and that has to be what is called a pillar content. A pillar content is a content that is full of information. It is, I don't care how long it is, but it has to be rich. It has to be, you have to put your heart out and really deliver the best content you can. From that content, you're going to create micro contents. And the person that is one of the authors of this is Gary Vee. So he created this concept of a pillar content, and then you split into micro contents. So that's how you do. And the reason why you do micro contents is because you're going to distribute your micro contents to the cold audience. You don't go and distribute your pillar content. You first want to send nuggets, just easy pieces of information. And what are those? If you did a video and it's a long video, then you split that, you trim that video into smaller segments, and that's what you're going to distribute. And that's where most people miss. They get it that they have to create content, but they don't distribute. And that's the thing. And you remember when I said that the selling to a warm audience is going to have a higher return on investment than your other strategy selling to a cold audience? And this is exactly why that is. It is a lot cheaper for you to send content, to distribute content, than to ask for leads. So that's where the tipping point is for content marketing. Now, obviously, you can't just be distributing content without the final intention of writing policies. We're in this to make money. So like I said, in this program, we talk about strategies that are going to allow you to write policies every day. So keep that in mind. And what is going to take you from content consumption to policies is something called a funnel. So you need to have content, you need to have distribution, and you need to have a funnel. A funnel is a guided way for you to take someone that was once a cold audience to a policy writer, right? So you need to have that going. And there are multiple funnels that you could use. The most common ones are you take the micro contents, so they're nuggets. If you did videos, they're nuggets, 1 minute videos, and you distribute those nuggets to a cold audience. And then you go to your audience manager in your Facebook ad manager, and you create a custom audience of people that saw at least 75% of that micro content. Then you create another campaign that sends the pillar content, the rich content to that audience. So you're taking someone from the awareness stage where they gave a little bit of attention to you to the interest stage where they're now interested in, this guy is pretty clever. He knows what he's talking about. Let me check him out. And then at the end of that, you have a call to action for them to engage with you. So you bring them to your engagement zone. And what is that? Your engagement zone it could be your YouTube channel, could be a Telegram channel, could be your Instagram profile, could be your email list. You need to find a way for them to then desire to be close to you. That's the D there in this stage. And then once they are in your engagement zone, that's where you make offers. That's where you tell them, hey, I have this offer for you. I want to give you a free consultation. I want to review your policy, see if there are any areas of opportunity for you to improve. So that's how the AIDA funnel works. Another one is similar, but you distribute your micro content, and then from people that saw your micro content, you send them to a ebook download. So that's where they give you their email address, and then you do offers to your email list. So 2 types of funnels, very used, that you can use in your business. Now, if you're in a point now that you want to start, but you don't even know how, I'm going to give you a technique that is going to allow you to have a policy from this funnel, from this technique, written in less than 45 days. So it's what I call the 1-1-1 technique. So here's what I want you to do. Think about one insurance product that you want to sell, just one. Pick one, be specific, then pick one niche. Who is going to buy that product? Describe that person, right? And then 3, one funnel, 1-1-1, one product, one niche, one funnel. I just gave you 2 types of funnels, implement one, and then in 45 days, you will have your warm audience built, you will have your offer made, and you will have at least one policy written for this product that you pick. All right, so I wish you lots of success, that you can truly become a digital insurance broker and sign multiple policies per day. See you next time. Bye.